Welcome to Reading the Bible with Pastor. Today we're on Exodus chapter 28, starting at verse 31. We had started off chapter 28 talking about the priest's garments, how these garments show that they're set aside from the rest of the people of Israel to serve God and to serve Israel by bringing their sacrifices to God in the tabernacle. As a reminder, even their clothing is to show forth their holiness, as their cloth made for their clothing is made from the same cloth that the tabernacle is. You shall make the robe of the ephod of all blue. It shall have an opening for the head in the middle of it, with a woven binding around the opening, like the opening in a garment, so that it may not tear. On its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet yarns around its hem, with bells of gold between them. A golden bell and a pomegranate around the hem of the robe. This is to show a pattern here, pomegranate, bell, pomegranate, bell. And it shall be on Aaron when he ministers, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, so that he does not die. So the Lord is telling the people what he is telling them to wear is to be done. This shows that Aaron as priest is acting for the people in mediating before God. And by not abiding by his rules is to show that by not abiding by his commands as they saw in the commandments, by not wearing these things that he has commanded, he suffers the same punishment as anyone who does not obey God's commands, death. Wear these things, do these things, and have life in the Lord. And one of those ways that they can have life in the Lord is making these sacrifices and having faith that an ultimate sacrifice will come in the future. You shall make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, holy to the Lord. And you shall fasten it on the turban by a cord of blue. It shall be on the front of the turban, and it shall be on Aaron's forehead. And Aaron shall bear any guilt from the holy things that the people of Israel consecrate as their holy gifts. It shall regularly be on his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. So this plate saying, holy to the Lord, shall be on the front of the turban there, and is a reminder to Aaron that his thoughts should be pure, and that he should remember that he is a representative of the people, being a mediator between them and God. He is the one who will be bearing their sins upon the sacrifices made to the Lord. You shall weave the coat in checker work of fine linen, and you shall make a turban of fine linen, and you shall make a sash embroidered with needlework. For Aaron's sons you shall make coats and sashes and caps. You shall make them for glory and beauty. Again, these things that are made are set to set them aside, showing the glory of God, and that they should look beautiful. And you shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and ordain them, and consecrate them, that they may serve me as priests. Now, the priests all can wear these garments, but only the high priest wears the ephod, the breastplate, the turban, and things like that. You shall make for them linen undergarments to cover their naked flesh. They shall reach from the hips to the thighs, and they shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near to the altar to minister in the holy place, lest they bear guilt and die. This shall be a statute forever for him, and for his offspring after him. So here the priests are to cover their nakedness. And this is because we are to go before the Lord in modesty. Remember in chapter 3 of Genesis, the fall of man, that God covers up Adam and Eve. Here we see also a covering for the priests, showing that they should go before the Lord in all modesty, and not act like the other pagan religion where the priests go before their altars in nakedness, showing that, again, we need to have our sins covered, and ultimately all our sins covered by the holiness of God. We've read through chapter 28, which reminds us that priests are given holy garments and showing that they're set aside and consecrated before the Lord as priests for the people. Chapter 29, which we'll get into next time, is actually the consecration, setting aside these people as priests, holy priests, doing the work of the Lord and making sacrifices for the forgiveness of the people. As always, please subscribe to the channel and share this with others so that they may also read the Bible with Pastor.